Okay, welcome to a video where I'm going to show you how to download Dance Master and Dance Wizard. So I'm going to share my screen and come over here. We're going to start with Dance Master. This is the Dance Master homepage that you want to go to. So put that URL into your title or just Google Dance Master software. Now, Dance Master is a trio of round dance computer software programs that all work together to make your life as a cuer easier and more organized. You can also use any or all of the programs depending on your particular needs. So this computer or this program, Dance Master, requires you to use a Windows 7 or better computer. It has recently been having issues with Windows 11, but because it's an old program, some computers installing it is a little more difficult. There's steps to fix it in this document on his page. So that's something to look out for there. Now, he has other stuff, not just the player. So Dance Master Record Librarian is one of the programs which helps you organize and keep track of your dances and records, print lists of your dances sorted in a variety of ways, including making request menus for your dances. Then the player is what you will primarily use when you're at a dance, and it lets you use your computer instead of a mini disc or record player to teach and cue dances. So you don't need to carry around boxes of records or a stack of mini discs and a notebook of cue cards to a dance because everything's in the computer already. So you just need your computer and your microphone. The Dance Master player can do everything a mini disc player can do, just better, but that is just the starting point. Dance Master does much more. It's designed to be easy to use on stage where you have enough to think about already and don't want to have to concentrate on the computer program. That's why all the buttons in the program, which I'll show you later, are big, brightly colored, and logically placed, and it's easy to find and click on the button you want. And then there's this Dance Master Porter, which you use if you're transferring modules from one computer to another. In order to use the porter, you must have a registered copy of the Dance Master Player installed on your computer. It doesn't matter whether you have the basic edition or the advanced edition of Dance Master, as long as it's registered. And I'll show you how to register later. The current edition of Dance Master is fully functional under all versions of Windows except Windows RT. So like I said earlier, Windows 7 or better. Now there's two different editions of Dance Master. One is the basic edition, which will allow you to make all your music conveniently available all the time. It makes it easier to select dances, easier to more convenient to program your dances in advanced, remembers the way you like your music set up, and it makes teaching a little easier. And then there's an advanced edition, which does all of that plus more. It lets you use a pocket-sized remote control to start and stop your dances if you're down on the dance floor and you don't want to run back up to the computer to do stuff. So it makes it a little easier there. And make sure you don't lose your place on the cue card, and that's with the karaoke cue cards, which will highlight your cues as you go. It'll start the music at any point in the dance by clicking on a single cue. And then it keeps track of what dances you cue and where you cue them in the dance history. And it also reminds you when it's time to refresh a recently taught dance, which is part of your hot list, which I'll get into later in another video. All of that helps make Dance Master software the most useful tool a queuer can own. Now, I will say, before you download this, something to take into account is that because of the problems with Windows 11 computers, Clark has decided to dismantle the program essentially. So you can still download it. I don't know how long you'll be able to download it for, so I recommend you get on it while you still can, if you want to try it out. But he recommends that using Dance Wizard will be much better with newer computers. If you have an older computer, Dance Master should work fine and it won't be a problem. But he is also working on a new updated version of Dance Master, which will have all the features that Dance Master 1 had, all the features that Dance Wizard has, plus some extra stuff that he hasn't gotten into yet. So he tried to do Dance Master 2, and then he got through the process of that and decided that he had a bunch of other stuff he wanted to add. So he stopped working on Dance Master 2, completely got rid of it. And now he's working on Dance Master 3, which has everything I just talked about. And it's currently in a beta testing mode, or it'll be in beta testing soon. So if you want to test it out, you can send him an email and say, hey, I'm interested in beta testing. Can I get access? And he'll send you access. Now, over here, this will talk more about each feature of Dance Master. But I'll get into that later. How does it help a queuer? That's everything I just talked about, so I don't need to talk about that. What does it look like? The Dance Master player. Select dance. Okay, so that's not important either. Cost of the player. So to download the basic edition, it doesn't cost anything. He does recommend that you let him know you're using it so that we can register and all that stuff. If you get the advanced edition, you are requested to pay at least $150 for it. Although you can pay more if you want to. So now downloading it, you're going to go up here to downloads, and you're going to scroll down, order or download Dance Master. Now, if you're a new member, you're going to want to register, and you'll go through and put in your name, your email address, all your information, where you live, all that stuff. And then you'll hit register and you'll get a email shortly that will give you your login information. Once you have that email, you can come over here and put in your information and log in. And then it'll take you to a page where you can download the program. Or you can order the remote and all sorts of stuff there. So in order to get the program, you hit download the installer, and it's going to download the program over here. And then you're going to open it when it's done. By the way, I've removed both Dance Master and Dance Wizard from this computer so that I can make this video for you and show you how to set things up. So we're going to open this file, hopefully. Well, while it's thinking, I'll just come over to Dance Wizard and show you that. So this is Dance Wizard, which is a much newer program, and this software runs, oh, never mind. I'll get back to Dance Wizard in a minute. So downloading and installing Dance Master. First, it'll ask you if you want to allow this app to from an unknown publisher to make changes to your device. I'm going to say yes, you don't have to. And then it'll open the installer. And because I opened it multiple times, it's going to do it multiple times. So now you're going to just go through the steps to install it and then select where your folders are and all that. So just go through that. It'll install it. And it takes a while to complete the installation. So while it's installing, I will go back over here. Actually, it looks like it's almost done, so I'll wait. And now it's finished installing. And if I go back to my desktop, it's right there on the computer and it downloads both the player and the librarian. So now for Dance Wizard, you're going to go to dancewizard.net. And again, it works on Windows 10 and 11 systems so far, and it'll probably work on any new additions to Windows that come out in the future. Now, this website will give you all sorts of information about how Dance Wizard works. One thing that I recommend you go and watch when you have a few hours is this presentation from Roundelab Convention 2023. And they did a whole meeting on how to, a seminar on how to use Dance Wizard. So if you want all the in-depth information about Dance Wizard, which I'll give you some in future videos, but Bill will probably go more in depth than I will. You can click on this link right here and it'll take you to the video. Or it'll take you to this page and then you click there to play the video, right? So there's that. Now, with editions of Dance Master or Dance Wizard, again, there's two editions, a basic version and a standard edition, which the standard edition is essentially the same as the advanced version of Dance Master, with a few key differences. So the basic edition costs $75, the standard edition costs $200. And then this shows you all of the features available on each version of the program. Now we're going to go download it. So you go to downloads, and right here, Dance Wizard setup can be downloaded from here. So we go over here, it downloads, and then there's a bunch of known issues on this page that it will tell you about problems with certain programs. So now we're going to install Dance Wizard. And we're going to repair it, I suppose, because maybe because I already had it installed and then tried to re-download it again, it isn't quite working properly. So let's try again. So let's uninstall it. Yes. And now it's going to start a new installation. So now it's uninstalled it. And we are going to try and install it again. So install, and it'll take you through similar steps to the Dance Master installation. Agree to the terms. Just keep going through all this and it'll tell you where it's going to set everything up. And if you notice, it didn't take as long to install it. So we hit finish and setup is successful. Close that. And then over here, we're going to open up Dance Master and set a few things up. You'll also have to register for Pacemaker for Dance Master. So that's something different. And since I installed it under my thing, it'll just it'll say registered to me. Now there is you want to go under not there. Under backup restored database, choose backup folders. Oh, no, that's not what I want. Never mind. Files and folders, that's what you want. And specify your locations. And you want to make sure that it's configured correctly. So you want your database file will be called dmrounds.mdb, most likely. And then you want each of your folders set up correctly, cue cards from the cue card file, music from the music file, voice files from the voice file folder, so on, so on. And then you're going to save your configuration, or you can also load a previously saved configuration if you have one. All mine are set up already. Now, if you're not registered, it'll start with you being in the sample database. And so this is the sample database. And then you can switch from a sample database to your real database by hitting that button. And it'll close the program and you have to restart it. While I'm here, I'm going to just pin to start so it's easier to get in and out of it. I'm going to do that. Okay. So that's Dance Master. Dance Wizard, which I'm also going to put down here. Oh, it's not going to do that. That's interesting. So if you're installing it for the first time, it'll come up with a window that will say where you want your database to be. And if I hit F1, maybe it'll come up. Control F1. Getting started and installing. Configuring Dance Wizard use. Okay, so I'm going to maximize this. It'll come up with a window like this. The first time you run Dance Wizard, the installation wizard will walk through the steps of setting up your dance database and license. So it'll come up with a window like this. It'll say, Welcome to Dance Wizard. The following screens will guide you through initial Dance Wizard setup. Once setup is completed, you can find a tutorial on using Dance Wizard in the help menu. Press the next button to continue. So you would hit next. And then after doing that, it'll take you to the next page in the installation, which it'll ask you where your database is. And you have the option of selecting use an existing database, search for a different dance database, or creating a new database. I recommend using an existing database if you already have one, because that'll just make things easier. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Um, if if none is found, if no database is found, you will be presented a choice of searching for an existing dance database or creating a new one. So you can create one, search for an existing one, or use an existing one if you already have one. And then you should make your selection from these screens, click Next to continue the setup. And then you'll want to continue with the following topics, depending on whether so use an existing database. It'll continue like this. Existing dance database, you have chosen to use the following dance database. If you haven't already done so, you should consider creating a backup copy of your database. So it'll ask you to back up your database, which is a good idea. Again, you don't have to do it, but I suggest you do. And then you'll hit next, and it'll go to this page, which will say your database can be updated to support new Dance Wizard features without breaking Dance Master compatibility. So you'll want to hit update the database to enable the new features, and then it'll just automatically update as new features are allowed. And then you'll hit next, and then it'll ask you to allow Dance Wizard writing access, which means it'll just update. It'll write permission can be changed. Dance Wizard now will now write into your existing database without permission. So it'll just update your database as you go along. So you want to check that. And then the database is confirmed and you just accept the configuration and then hit next. And then your license, you can choose to continue in unlicensed mode or install a Dance Wizard license at this time. So I recommend using a license, and you can install a license at a later time from the settings window under the license tab. If you have a license file for Dance Wizard, click Install Dance Wizard License option to select and install the license. Otherwise, click Next to continue the setup. And then it'll ask you about Adobe Acrobat. So that's what reads your cue sheets and cue cards. So you want to make sure you have that installed. And then you can enable the browser extension too. And then it'll go through the steps about setting up the remote control if you have that. So, and you want to make sure you have the active home remote installation. So that'll show you where to get that. And the remote works on both Wizard and Master. So, and then you'll finalize the installation, proceed with database update, and that should be everything you need there. Okay, so that's how you'll get into that. And then notice my current venue is a venue called Not Queuing. That will, you'll want to go in and add other venues to your database because this one won't log your dances. Okay, so that's how you get and install Dance Master and Dance Wizard. I hope that helps you, and if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Thanks so much.